Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Elizabeth, the Southern gmoregals. In our video today, our DIY is a reversible sign, and it's going to cover on those days when you want to go chill at the lake or the days when you're having those beach vibes and want to hang out at the beach. So stay tuned. So here's a little sneak peek of what we're making in our video. Here's our beach side, and then the reversible side is the lake side. So I'm going to be using 2 of these Gothic fence posts or 2 Gothic pickets. These are from Lowe's Hardware. I purchased these last year, but when looking online, they're priced at $1.78 here. And we're going to be using 2 of those. And these measure, they're about 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet wide, and then the board's about 3/4 or 3/4 of an inch thick. And all we're doing here is just squaring this off. My husband's just making a line there, and we're going to cut this point off just so the top of our board here is flat or squared on the top. And you'll have to do this to both boards. Now, we didn't measure the boards. We just kind of lined them up side by side to make sure that they're even. So you'll want to do this to both boards. Just cut that point off the top. And since we're going to have wording on both sides, I didn't want the slats to go across the middle of the board. So we're going to frame this board to hold them together. My husband actually had these little pieces of wood he had cut. They're just little squares. And we're going to have 2 of those going down the side and then 2 of those on the end. I'm applying some Gorilla wood glue here to the center of those boards to hold these together, and there's a picture of the glue. And then we're going to use nails, and we're going to nail the frame around here to hold everything in place. And we're using about 4 nails down the side, just some little small tack nails. And then he put the ends here, he actually nailed them to the side there. He didn't put any nails there on the top, you can see here. So they're actually, everything's nailed from each side together, and this is holding this together really good, especially with that glue in the center. You want to put this maybe with some pressure to let it dry, kind of something that'll squeeze it if you have some grips or some vices, or just put it in between something really tight to make sure it has a little pressure there while it's drying, and let that glue dry in the center. So once the wood glue dried, I took some wood filler and just went down the center and right on the end if I saw that there was a little bit of a gap. And I'm just taking a sander and going over and sanding that wood filler down, and some of the little knots there that are in the wood, I went over those with some wood filler, just trying to make this really smooth so it'll be nice and smooth for our lettering to go across here. And my little helper's here again today. I'm surprised he didn't leave when I started the sander, but he's still watching. Then I'm using some Minwax wood stain. One of my favorite shades is the Early Americana, and that's what I'm using. So I'm just going over this really quickly with some Dollar Tree brushes and applying 1 coat of stain. And you can see here that some of the glue there, I'd wiped it when it was dripping a little bit in between there. So you can see that some of that didn't cover completely with the wood stain and some of the wood filler, but that's okay because we're going to paint it. I'm just using some white paint that I had from Walmart, and I'm just going over with 1 coat, and I'm just doing the inside boards. I'm not doing that outside edge because I want that to look like a frame. So I'm going to do this on both sides. And when I started painting, I went down vertical, but then I went back and horizontally made some lines going across there all the way down to try to give it, the effects of little boards going across there on the inside. And then I'm just taking a little piece of sandpaper and just going in a horizontal, back and forth just to give it a little bit more of a rustic look. And I did this on both sides of the board. Now I'm going to do what I call just a little bit of like a whitewashing around the frame on my sign, and I just have a little water bottle there, and I'm putting some white paint in here. You just need a little bit. You want your brush to be nice and wet, and I'm going to kind of wipe off some of that paint there because I don't want this to be real solid. I just want it to kind of break up that solid wood type finish that's around the frame. Now this is optional if you like that, more solid look around the edge, then just skip this step. But I'm going to go all the way around the frame with this whitewashing, and I'm just going to do 1 coat. So it's really optional. If you want it to be a little bit whiter, add a little bit more white, then you can go over it a couple times. So we're participating today in a challenge hosted by Teresa B DIY to make something that's reversible or changeable. And Teresa's information is listed down in our description box along with the playlist, so check out the other crafters participating. And I just wanted to show you here, so the inside here, the part that's painted white, is about 41 inches. So to make my words, make you a list, come up with whatever words you want to use. I think I've got 8 on the lake side and then 9 words on the beach side. And all I'm doing is I'm using these little tongue depressors or popsicle sticks, and I'm just kind of spacing them out where I want my words to be. And I guess you could say I'm more of a guesstimator or kind of an eyeballer as far as making things kind of straight. If you want to use a ruler or something to measure, you definitely can. But I just wanted to show you this is kind of the spacing that I'm using. And I just used some tape there. And then I moved my sticks around a little bit if I felt like they weren't straight or needed to be adjusted. But this is what I did for my words. And I actually took one of those out because I only have 8 words on my lake side. I want some of them to be a little taller, some of them a little shorter, fatter, skinnier. So I didn't want any of it to really look the same. So that's why there's not really a perfect measurement for each one. So just kind of mix it up however you think will work best for your words. And I'm just freehanding here. A lot of the words I started in the middle, went to the right, and then came back to the left and started with the first letter in the word and then worked back to the middle. Now make these unique, whatever you like to see at the lake or at the beach. So these are just some of the things I think about when I think about the lake. And I used 4 different shades here, 4 different colors, and I'm alternating those with the words. Check us out on Instagram. We love to fish, so that's one of the things I have to put on here about the lake is fishing. So here's my lake side. I tried to use maybe a little brighter colors for the beach side, but for the lake I tried to use more blues and greens. You can see boat waves, sunshine, lake, fishing, fireflies, camping, and s'mores. What a perfect blend of things that I think about to represent the lake. So let's move on, and we're going to flip it over. We're going to start on our beach side. And I'm following the same steps on this side. I'm just using my little popsicle sticks and some tape again. Now for this side, the beach side, a lot of the words that we were thinking of started with S. So we tried to alternate so we didn't have all the S words together. So just keep that in mind. If you have a lot, like sunglasses, sand, salty, and all those things, you may want to separate them with some other words in between before you actually start painting. And I'm starting the beach side the same way. I'm just starting with the M in the middle and working to the right. And then I'm going back to the first letter in the word and working my way back to the middle. And I just wanted to show you here again there where I started right in the middle with the V for the word waves, and I worked out to the right, and then I'll start back with the W and work back to the middle. And then here's my beach sign, really cute. I can't decide which side I like better, so some days you might have it on the beach side and some days you might have it on the lake side. We hope you enjoyed our video. We want to say thank you to Teresa B. DIY. So check out her channel. It's listed down in our description box, along with the playlist of everyone else that's participating in the reversible, changeable DIYs. If you're new to Southerngmoregals, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Turn your notifications on. Give us a thumbs up on this video. That really helps our channel out. We're still trying to grow our channel. Check us out on Instagram and you'll see some of my lake visits and some of the fish that we caught on our visits to the lake. We want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you have a great day.